Hey everybody, it's Positive Bluebird and Gerald.
Hello.
So earlier in the previous video with Shiloh and I working on a craft together, I mentioned that Gerald and I were doing a vlog about what happened yesterday, all day Sunday up until 5 p.m. I'll start. It was kind of a chaotic day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So probably about maybe 11 a.m. I went to the kitchen and I carefully, mind you, stood on one of the chairs and had previously mentioned to the family that I wanted to change out the government housing lighting fixture that was up in the ceiling in the dining area by the beautiful china hutch and slider glass door. And this whole time we thought it was the same one as housing, but it wasn't. I took off all the 3 little screws, had one hand underneath it, and it went crashing. It fell to the floor where we have wooden ceramic floors. And so you can imagine the sound where maybe the neighbors thought that we were fighting and threw something through the glass window. It was that loud. It freaked me out, freaked out Gerald. My son came running up the stairs to see what was going on. Shiloh came running out of the room, and there was glass everywhere. It was thick, frosted glass that they had with 3 screws to this lighting fixture. And the kids and I and Gerald agreed that on housing, it's the same style and shape, right?
Yeah.
But those were plastic, and they took real light bulbs. There were like 2 or 3 light bulbs in those. So we thought it was the same one, and it didn't look good in the dining room with the brand new, beautiful light in the other part of our kitchen that has like fake ivy vines or whatever made out of metal. So we're like, these 2 lights don't go together. So we were gonna change it out or whatever. Well, it was a disaster. Glass was everywhere. So we spent time cleaning that up. So here's a clip. Okay, so stay tuned. Later in the week, you will see what we decided that we're going to place below the light. Now, the light is not normal to me. Yeah. I've never seen something like this, and I think you've probably seen it at Ace Hardware, right? No. There's like little, you've never seen that? So it's like a flat board with like 50 teeny tiny little LED lights. Yeah. And we were like, so it's flush with the ceiling, but I'm like, but they had this heavy frosted 1-inch thick lighting thing below it. I'm like, this doesn't even make any sense. Yeah. So we're gonna keep the little tiny LED lights that are plugged into this fat battery pack or something that's holding cords. We don't know, but there's a light switch that turns them on and off, and we think it's gonna last probably a lifetime, maybe a little less, I don't know. So Shiloh and I came up with an idea that's going to go below the original light fixture frame, and you'll see that in the coming days. I'm probably going to do part 1, 2, and 3. Now we get a doorbell ring, and it was a package. And what did we get? What did we order?
Blue umbrella stand, or well, I should say umbrella with a blue like nylon.
Yeah, it's kind of maybe like a teal blue. It matches our
turquoise
stuff. Yeah, like almost your earplugs.
Close to it, yeah.
And we were all 3. It was Shiloh, Gerald, and I, because Ryland was working. Yeah. So we were trying to get the base together. And what was happening? Like, I think I thought you were wrong.
We got the base together, and the base was correct, but the umbrella wasn't correct because we had to do kind of like a flip-flop. But the problem is that when you read instructions, they don't have them in there, so you have to use your brain wisely. Well, I didn't really use my brain wisely because I never look at instructions. I did look at the instructions as far as the base, because I'm used to the base because I was working at Ace Hardware at the time, and we used to do a lot of deliveries with umbrellas to customers. So I knew how to do that part, but it was the other part that I was just like, okay, why is it not
Yeah.
going in there? So, you know, brothers and sisters, couples, or even married couples always fight. And when you fight, you know, it's like 10 minutes worth of fighting.
Oh, we were upset with each other.
And
We were
then
like...
we just kind of broke apart.
We split up for like 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, it was like 20 to 30 minutes. We ended up talking.
But we were hungry too. It was like lunchtime,
exactly.
90 degrees out,
Yeah.
humid,
Yeah.
fires out in the wilderness or whatever. And it was like, we were just mad and grumpy.
Yeah.
And then Shiloh was getting grumpy.
Mhm.
And we just had to split apart for a little bit. And
Yeah.
then finally, after we ate and drank water, we're like, okay, we're going to put our brains together, the three of us.
Yeah.
And it worked because, you know, we asked Shiloh, because we have cognitive issues with our disabilities. And it's nice when we can ask Shiloh or Ryland, hey, can you help us with these instructions? We want to make sure that we're doing it right. Can you be like that third brain? You know, and it worked.
Yeah.
Like, I think originally I was thinking that plug should come off the bottom of the umbrella stand.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking old school, that when you put it in the base, which was, it came from a different company. So we get an umbrella from one company, the base from another.
Yeah.
And so we were trying to use our brains and it just kept teetering and it wasn't working right. But you'll see that we actually used Yorgie's old leash and we came up with our own little concoction of how to make it stabilize. And you'll see the video and pictures with that in this clip as well. But by 5 p.m., I think we were all fine because we took the cap off. We finally got it in there and we stabilized it.
Yeah.
And how do you think that it turned out?
I think it turned out better than it did when we originally did it because it was more wibbly wobbly.
Yeah. And then we used your clamps that you had extras of, and we just put those through the floorboards of the balcony. And tell them what's underneath because I'll show pictures, but tell them what's underneath the umbrella. It's totally cool.
The built-in LED light, so it takes solar energy, so when the sun hits it, then like when it gets dark, you'll have lighting.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of cool.
It's like a solar panel on the top of the umbrella.
Yeah.
And I was like, Gerald, what's this? Because I forgot that he had chosen an umbrella with lights.
Yeah.
And you could switch it on or off. It's the same width as the whole balcony, which is the bigger part of our balcony.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, we have like an L-shaped balcony. Some people do, some people don't, depending on the size of their unit. And so that's why we have 2 levels to our patio area in the back.
Yeah.
Because originally, when these were built in 1974, a year after we were born, they didn't have these tall balconies. They didn't have slider glass windows to walk out of the kitchen. Before I came here with the realtor to see the inside when you were in the hospital, I was Googling everybody's unit around here. I was just putting in numbers because I couldn't see the pictures correctly of this place. Like the pictures are kind of weird. And so I'm like, let's pick up the neighbors. What does their unit look like? And I could see what the original patio looked like, the balconies, the inside. Some people still have it old school where it's all blocked off. They don't have an open kitchen concept. It's all like blocked off, and like they've got the refrigerator on this one wall and we've got ours over here, and it's just weird. But it's cool to see how many people are very original, you know what I mean? So, and then what happened with Shiloh? We could tell her story because she's doing home therapy right now, and she said that was fine.
Her story was that she came running in to from the kitchen to outside on the deck. She goes, come quick, one of the cats is in the back. I heard, come quick, cat's in the back. Laura heard different. She thought it had something to do with her son.
Yeah, she said, come quick, I need your help. And she was screaming when we were on the balcony, And we were like, whoa. So we just got up.
Ran down the stairs.
I hobbled and almost tripped.
She was hobbling, but I was like right on Shiloh's heels. She was just like, wait a second.
Our stairs, you guys, only hold half of your feet because it's very old here. So you can imagine, and it's got the wood laminate, no rubber. We're going to put some rubber on there at some point. But like, you know, you're trying to run and you're like trying not to fall down the stairs at the same time.
Exactly. When we got down the stairs, I looked underneath the bed. As soon as I looked underneath the bed, I was just like, where'd the cat go? So I looked over towards my right. There's the cat in the middle. And then all of a sudden, both cats are under there. So we were trying to figure out how to get that plastic bag where the cats wouldn't go near it.
Yeah, because Shiloh said that Oreo, which you guys always see mostly in videos, she's not shy. She's the big Maine Coon that's black and white.
Yeah.
And Shiloh said she's in a bag under the bed. And so, or she was, because when we got there, she had climbed out.
Yeah.
So we had to calm Shiloh down, but it was the plastic bag, you guys, that wraps around mattresses. So she's on Grandpa's old bed that was hardly used in his old townhome years ago. It was just a guest bed, and she had slept on it when she was little. So it had a plastic bag on it, but it was enough where the cat climbed in there, so she wouldn't come out, and she was panicking. The cat was panicking. So you can imagine Shiloh was panicking, thinking her cat was going to suffocate. And so, what did we do with the bed? Like, oh my God, it was chaotic, but we did it.
Well, we figured out what to do with the bed, so we ended up taking the boards out, and then we ended up putting the box spring down on the floor where the cats couldn't get in there. And then we put her mattress on top, so now eventually
we put the boards back and then put the mattress on top.
So eventually we're gonna have to look at, we looked at a 6-inch foam mattress, so we bought that off of Amazon. So
it'll bring her bed back up to where it was, but we just thought, hey, why don't we just drop the box spring? And, you know, do you really need it? We'll just get you a 6-inch memory foam and put that on the top of your mattress. And so she was all about it. And it worked. It was hard. You guys should have seen, like, if we had a camera in her small room, like, her and all of us trying to use muscle to move the heavy mattress. It's original from probably the 60s that your dad had.
60s, 70s, something.
Yeah, and you guys remember they're the spring mattresses, so that thing's freaking heavy. And we're trying to move it without knocking tables over. We got cats running around. And then moving baseboards or whatever from the bottom of the bed, and then finally getting that mattress down below. We're lifting the bed. I mean, it was crazy, but we did it. And you know, we didn't cuss each other out, because we were cussing each other out with the umbrella situation. But this time, when we took a break, we came to another project, and we worked together, and it worked peacefully. We worked as a team. Like, even though the bed kind of landed on your foot. But hey, you accidentally put the umbrella base on my foot. So I'm like, we're even.
I figured paybacks. You know, that's how it rolls.
Yeah, and so, you know, and so you were screaming. I'm like, oh my God, what happened to Gerald? What's going on? You know, because it's an old base frame, or a bed frame, right? That your dad's had.
It's a wood headboard and a wood footboard.
Yeah, and so now we're going to get that mattress. It's going to be delivered probably tomorrow. She's got her new bedding, so when she sets it up, we'll just show a picture on the community wall. But, you know, we finally got it done, and that's when I think at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. we decided to eat our dinner out there and just talk about our day, relax, and laugh about it. Because, like, we can be heated in the moment. You got hot sun, there's fires, and it's like you can't breathe, you're hungry, you're tired. And we've been going and going for like 2 months, guys. We had to get a lot of these projects done right away, especially the fence. That was our biggest project because it was warping in the sun. And Randy, our neighbor 2 doors down, he said, thank God you guys fixed that fence, because it's been that way for a while. And I could tell from this side of the parking lot that they screwed up over the years. So we got it fixed. And I think we should commend ourselves, because being disabled and doing this for 2 months, these major projects was like maybe 2 or 3 that we were really focused on, which was cement, slab, and baseboards or whatever, and then the fencing. We really did good. Now, a professional would probably get it done in a day, but you know what? We did it. It's our home, and we spent less, and we got all this stuff on Amazon. We got cement on Amazon. We got caulking on Amazon, screws, tools, and the things that you needed. And I'm really proud of ourselves in the achievement. Next, we will have another big project that I discovered in the dungeon over there in my other part of my room, which is under the staircase by the front door. We have to use some cement again, and we're going to fill the gaps that are about this wide. And the pillars that are holding up the staircase from the front door above us are barely on the original flooring. And I'm like, Cheryl, we got another project.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go under like anytime soon. I would say we need to do it within the next month.
Yeah.
And that'll be probably a fall project when Shiloh goes back to school, which is in 2 weeks. You know, Ryland's enjoying his job, and Shiloh's going to look for work. She's going to work on the weekends, and things are going great, guys. Everybody is working along and getting along, and we're doing great. So that's our vlog of what happened yesterday.
There you go.
And yeah, now we're gonna just go chill and watch Dr. Phil, and and that's it. So peace out and stay positive, everybody.